Coming up on the Winx Forever podcast.
We just want to thank our fans, our community, because without their love and their support, anything of this would have been possible. I mean, they grew up with the brand.
We'll get to hear from Valeria Gulli, a marketing manager at Rainbow, who will share with us what is in store for Winx Club as we celebrate 20 years of magic.
The important thing for you is to know we are working to make both old fans and new fans very happy and involved in our magical world.
Hello, fairy friends. Welcome to a special 20-year anniversary edition of the Winx Forever podcast. I am your host, Lola Valentine. Of course, this is not the 20th anniversary of the podcast, but it is the 20th anniversary of the series the podcast is about. Winx Club turns 20 on January 28th. 2024. That's right, our favorite fairies first flew onto our screens in the year 2004, and I have been lucky enough to have been watching since then, and I just think that this year is going to be really special, and I am really looking forward to all of the things that not only Winx Club has in store for us, but also the fans and the fandom and what we are going to do this year, because this is as much our anniversary as it is Winx Club's, which I find so exciting and fun, and one of the reasons why so many of us have said that we have stuck around with this franchise for so long has been the fandom. And I'm just so excited for so many projects that so many of my friends are doing, and it's just gonna be a great year, and I am so excited for this episode. You guys, we've got a great podcast planned for you. I had the pleasure of talking with Valeria Gulli. She is the marketing manager at Rainbow, who oversees all marketing efforts outside of Italy. So she works in a lot of different markets around the world, and it's really cool to kind of have an insight into what that's like, but also to get to kind of hear some of the plans that Rainbow has for the fans this year as we celebrate 20 years of Winx Club. So before we dive into that interview, I would love to take a moment to kind of take a step back and reflect on what the past 20 years have been for all of us. I know that it's been a wild time being a Winx fan since 2004, and even if you started in 2014, it's even been a long time since then. So we've seen a lot. We've seen the franchise change a ton. We've seen the Winx Club change a lot from season to season, from art style to art style, and even with the live action adaptation, how much the fandom has grown with the addition of Fate the Winx Saga in the franchise's history now. So it's been really cool to see how much we've grown as a fandom through the years, and I for one am really proud to be a part of this community. And so I just wanted to take a minute to thank you guys for being what we are today. I want to thank everyone that has supported me and this podcast for the past 3 years. You might not know this, but the 28th of January is also the podcast's anniversary. So I've been podcasting for 3 years now under the sign of the Winx Forever podcast, and it's been so incredibly fun and rewarding, and all the conversations I get to have with not only my friends but new friends that I've never met before, in the DMs on Instagram and these comments on the podcast. And I feel so lucky to get to host a show with listeners and a community like this. And so I feel like I'm reiterating everything I just said, but I really I'm so thankful that you guys have stuck around for 3 years. If you're just now joining, welcome. It's a great year to join the Winx fandom, honestly. There's so much going on. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So you may be wondering, Lola, what is in store for 2024? You see what I did there. Of course you did. You're listening right now. Well, I will let Valeria speak to what's in store for Winx Club as a franchise this year and what they have coming up for fans. But let's talk about some of the fan projects that are happening right now, and I'm really, really excited about. Of course, we have the Magical Memories fanzine that yours truly is working on alongside my 2 friends and co-writers and staff members, Jake, Kiba016, and Ella, authoress Wings. Ella and Jake have been on the podcast. Ella was on last week, and Jake has been on many a times, as a lot of our listeners know. And it has been just such a fun time reprising our roles as journalists in this way. And it's been really cool to get to know you guys through this project and your Winxer history and how you grew up with Winx Club all around the world. And we are just so excited to be collaborating on this project with not only each other, but with all of you. So thank you for continuing to follow that project. If you missed the deadline to submit your content for the project, definitely be following the project on Instagram and be following me and Jake and Ella on Instagram, because there will be other opportunities to contribute for sure as we are pacing this zine together. So yeah, follow along magical.memories.zine on Instagram. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how all of this comes together. We've also got my friend Faye, or you might know her better as Shiroyuki-chan on Instagram. She is coming out with the most gorgeous Winx Club comic. Oh my gosh, you guys. It is so exciting. I'm really excited for her. It is a Bloom Valtor ship story. So if you don't ship those 2, that's okay. This story has so many things for anyone. So if you are looking forward to that, be sure to follow Shiroyuki-chan on Instagram, and also stay tuned to the podcast because we will hear more from Fee and about her project coming up very soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. Speaking of future guests and projects coming to the podcast, it's finally happening. I am finally revisiting season 2 of Fate the Winx Saga after 2 years. It's crazy that it's been that long since Fate season 2 aired. It's even crazier to me that it has been that long since we found out that Netflix was not renewing the show and that we would not get the proper ending that the original series creators intended. However, I am excited that we are getting an ending, whether it was the original intended ending or not. We are getting one to that saga, and it will be in the format of a graphic novel by Maverick Comics. And so that will be very interesting. I'm excited to see how that unfolds. The art and style is very reminiscent of like Archie comics, so very simple, very edgy, and so it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. But I am really excited to share that not only am I deep diving the Fate the Winx Saga season 2 episodes this season on the Winx Forever podcast, but also I'm getting to do it with my friend and guest co-host for this mini series, Just Dane on TikTok. I couldn't think of a better person to help me deep dive the nitty gritty details, and believe me, we get deep in there. it's going to be super interesting because I think that whether you loved Fate or whether you didn't love Fate, I personally think that this deep dive is going to help bridge the gap of some of those people that might be on the fence still about Fate, because season 2 was so much better than season 1 in so many ways. It was such a different level. And I'm excited to get into a lot of that with Dane on the podcast. So stay tuned for that mini series as we dive into all 7 episodes of season 2 of Fate. I can't wait for you to listen. Another project in the Winx fandom to be excited for is the WinxChronicles. Our friend of the show, Josh, his project is coming out with the Book of Lore. It is a collection of stories from the past, and it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be read to you by Lord Bartleby of the Secret of Lost Kingdom film, of course. The series will cover the story that will mainly go untold, the legends of old, the myths, and the whispers of all who inhabit the magical dimension. Stories are the lifeblood of a culture, and in the series, Josh will share with you some of the stories that have influenced the mythic species in the WinxChronicles, so you won't want to miss it. It's going to be a really cool sneak peek into the books that will come later in his project, the WinxChronicles, and it will also introduce you to some characters that you will see someday that you may know the name of. So it's going to be really exciting. And if you are into rewrites, if you're into fan fiction, if you're into really good quality content, definitely give the WinxChronicles, Josh's project, a follow on Instagram, on YouTube, and yeah, be ready for the content that he's got going over there. So Book of Lore is coming in March. Very, very stoked for that. Another fun thing that has just recently launched is the Winx Cosplay Club. It is an official cosplay group sponsored by Winx Club and Epic Cosplays. It's going to be really cool to see what this project unravels into throughout the year. I know that there are going to be a lot of different events, appearances for this group, and we might get to see them also at the 20th anniversary event in Rimini, but more on that later. But these are just some of the Winx fan projects that we get to look forward to this year. I'm not even, mentioning the art that we're going to get to see the weekend of the 28th, this coming weekend for Winx Club's 20th anniversary to help kick off this anniversary year. We're going to see so much art from the artists in the fandom. We're going to see Will Feeling, a French Winx Club fan who is a doll collector and does amazing Winx customs with his dolls, is releasing a 20th anniversary Bloom custom doll, and I'm just so incredibly excited to see that as well. So there's so much creativity in the fandom and so much to celebrate this year. So definitely be following along with the fandom as we all celebrate together and help support each other's passions and art and projects as we all celebrate 20 years of magic. And without further ado, here is my conversation with Valeria Gulli, marketing manager at Rainbow, as we discuss what's in store for Winx Club in 2024. Hello, fairy friends. Welcome back to the Winx Forever podcast and happy 20 years of Winx Club. To help us kick off the 20th anniversary year of Winx Club, we have a very special guest joining us today. Please welcome to the podcast Rainbow Marketing Manager Valeria Gulli. Valeria, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, and thanks everyone, and hi to everybody and to our whole fan community.
I just am so excited to dive into what's in store for Winx Club with this 20th anniversary. But before we do, I would love to give our audience a chance to get to know you and your history a little bit. How did you get into marketing at Rainbow?
Actually, I entered Rainbow 6 years ago. I also managed to have my career to grow up inside the company, so I really appreciate this. And based on my previous studies, I was quite an expert on marketing,
Yeah.
and especially for foreign countries. So
Mm-hmm.
I slowly succeeded in
Yes.
being involved in the marketing team, and now I am the only responsible for the foreign countries. So I'm really, really happy with this.
That's awesome. We love that. So you've worked for Rainbow for the past 6 years. What's been your favorite part of working for this organization?
Well, actually, the business trips, but it sounds like not such a nice thing. But this role gave me the opportunity to discover the different markets.
Yeah.
Also, maybe this is not really interesting here today, but also on the B2B side of the marketing,
Yes.
because it is also really important, the partnerships between companies.
Mhm.
So I had the opportunities to attend Comic Cons, but also
Mhm.
business fairs, and all
Yes.
over the Europe. And last years, for my first
Wow.
time in the States. So
Ah,
I
yes.
really love this opportunity to visit New York and being at New York Comic Con.
Yes, absolutely. It was a great event. Knew several friends that were able to attend. It was awesome to see Winx Club have a North American presence again. You know, it's been a while, but super excited for that. That's really cool. It's been sort of a tradition on the Winx Forever podcast to ask our guests their Winx Club favorites.
Well, it's not so difficult for me because it's Bloom.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
What do you like about Bloom?
Well, actually, at first sight, of course, her appearance, because I love
Mhm.
red hair and blue eyes, and of course, she's Bloom. She's the leader, the fairy of the dragon flame. So
Mhm.
she's my favorite.
Ah, that's awesome. I love that. Do you have a favorite transformation for Bloom?
Well, I love Charmix,
Okay, yeah.
but I really also love the Serenix,
Ooh,
which is
yeah.
really a peculiar, particular transformation. But I love water, so I love that series.
Yeah, awesome. That's really cool. And do you have a favorite season of the series?
I'm the same age of the quite of the first ones, so I would say with the first three series.
Yes. Same, same. Awesome. You are listening to the Winx Forever podcast. Well, let's dive into all things surrounding the 20th anniversary of Winx
Yeah.
Club. I'm so excited to talk to you about, what fans can expect from Winx Club as we, go into 2024 celebrating 20 years of magic. So, yeah, what can fans expect from Winx Club this year?
Well, they can surely expect a year of celebrations. We'll have plenty of social media activities to include the worldwide fans
Mhm.
community. For example, we have already launched the brand new Winx avatar. that lets you
Yes.
design your own avatar from the Winx world and customize every details, and the community is already loving it a lot.
Hmm.
And we also already launched a new sticker pack to make fans contents even more Winx style, even more magical.
Hmm.
And we'll also launch many contests on the social media with exclusive prizes and experiences to involve all our fans and their special talents. So there will be different
Yeah.
kind of contests, and as I said, exclusive prizes for the final winners.
Yes.
We are also working on many special projects with famous content creators from all over the world to engage
Incredible.
everyone in the 20th anniversary. About other kind of activities, let's say offline activities,
Yes.
we are working to bring the Winx Club live experience abroad with our participation to the main comic fairs, to include the cosplay community too, and bring
Yes.
the 20th anniversary birthday party
Ah,
outside of Italy too. So more
yes.
projects will include also fashion, art, many
Mm.
surprises. And last but not least, of course, we launch many beautiful new wide ranges of products in partnership with top brands dedicated to
Yes.
the fairies, and of course to the specifically to the 20-year celebration,
Ah.
which will go from apparel to even luxury exclusive products, like for
Mhm.
example a capsule collection with the fashion designer Jimmy Paul, who already
Yes.
created a floral haute couture dress to celebrate with us.
Yes.
And you should, of course, also have a look at our official Winx Club shop, which is going to release a lot of dedicated items for the celebrations.
Yes, so exciting. So excited for all of the exclusive 20th anniversary events and happenings online, but Winx Club was a very different kind of show when it aired in 2004, right? And it continues to be a very unique property even to this day. How do you think the brand and story has evolved over the past 20 years?
Well, actually, what we always said is that the brand has hugely evolved during the past 20 years, but always keeping its DNA. What I
Hmm.
mean is, we think that the Winx Club was already cutting edge with its values and messages like female girl empowerment, multi ethnicity, inclusion, which are
Hmm.
really important values in 2024 too, of
Hmm.
course. So the brand, the Winx Club, has evolved, keeping up with trends during the years, changing the
Hmm.
story, becoming more than a series, expanding to live shows,
Yeah.
musicals, theatrical movies, etc., until becoming what it is today, a global phenomenon and a lifestyle brand
Hmm.
as it is today. So
Yeah.
yes, it changed a lot, but always keeping itself as it was in the beginning.
Yes, definitely. And I know that we are all excited for, all these things coming up in 2024 as we celebrate the 20th anniversary. All year long. It doesn't just have to be this weekend, and it won't be. We've got so many things to look forward to, as you mentioned, including the Winx Club anniversary event being held in Rimini this year. So, do you have any details that you can share with us regarding the Winx Club anniversary event in Rimini in August 31st?
Yes, of course. Let me first explain that we chose Rimini because I can understand outside of Italy it is not so well known. Maybe it is
Uh-huh.
the center. It's a top summer location here in
Uh-huh.
Italy. In For both young people and families, it is a very active town during summer,
Mm,
and that's the period we are focusing on to have the event. So
Yes.
it won't take place in a particular location, but it will involve the town itself. And there will be many magical activities dedicated to both Winx targets, because of course we are never forgetting our beloved little children.
Hmm.
So there will be many different parts of the celebration to make all our fun happy and create special moments with them. It will be huge, and there will be a lot of ways to invite our fans, to invite influencers, content creators,
Hmm.
etc. Of course, I cannot disclose much more, but please
That's
stay
okay.
tuned as we update our community.
Yes. Oh, we are so excited. Literally last week I just bought my plane tickets for the event.
Oh, really? That's great.
I am so excited. It'll be my first time in Italy, so any tips or any
Oh,
any recommendations,
we
I would very
great.
much love them. I'm so excited to get to experience that with so many friends from across the world coming into one spot. It'll be so special. So it's been really cool to see this past year. Winx Club has been sort of reestablishing their presence in North America with, their cosmetic collab with ColourPop last year. The upcoming release, of course, with the Winx Club graphic novels with paper cuts,
Yeah.
and even as you mentioned, up to the New York Comic Con panel that was last November. What can fans look forward to in 2024 as Winx Club continues to reestablish their presence in North America?
We are planning to implement our presence during this year even more. And we
Hmm.
want to strongly include the community, the North American community, especially because we realize it's part of the more active communities we have
Hmm.
all over the world. So we want to include more personalities, influencers
Yes.
from North America, and we really want to replicate the success of New York Comic Con with
Yes.
even more activities and even more magical and exclusive merchandising. So
Absolutely.
we are working to be again present at this kind of events.
Hmm.
And also, and that should be the best part, we are working to join some festivals and to let North America fans have their own 20th birthday party to join should they have difficulties in reaching Italy.
Yes,
And
yes.
that should be the perfect gift for our
Oh,
fans.
that would be so magical. Oh my goodness. Yes, that would be just, I know a lot of us North American fans really appreciate that. And so thank you for spending the time and energy to include us as well. That's really exciting.
Thank you for always supporting us. That's
Yes.
the main point and the main reason for everything.
Totally. And then, of course, lastly, the question that is on everyone's mind, of course, is the famed CGI Winx Club reboot that is currently in production at Rainbow and slated for 2025. Can you share? I know it's probably a lot, but can you share any details? Anything that we can look forward to regarding the reboot?
I really cannot disclose almost anything, as you as you already know.
Yeah.
Let's say that the reboot will feature the same characters, fun, know, and love, with the new CGI look, as you said, something that is in the Winx Club DNA, but also totally new in terms of graphics and
Mhm.
animation. And
Wow.
of course, as for every reboot, I don't think this is a spoiler, because for every reboot, the story will start all over again
Mhm.
with Bloom discovering her magical powers, Althea,
Wow.
and getting to know her new best friends. So
Yes.
the important thing for you is to know we are working to make both old fans and new fans very happy and involved in our
Yes.
magical world.
Yes, that is so, so exciting. I know that we are all looking forward to it with bated breath. So,
Yeah.
thank you so, so much, Valeria, for taking the time to chat with me today. It's been lovely chatting with you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of
It's been a
course.
pleasure.
Is there anything else that any final words that you'd like to say to the Winx community on behalf of Rainbow as we look forward to this 20-year celebration?
Yes, we just want to thank our fans, our community, because without their love and their support, anything of this would have been possible. I mean, they grew up with the brand, and the brand grew up with them. And
Mhm.
that's why we recently focused on grown-up fans. I mean, the new little children loving the Winx Club is an amazing thing that and we care a lot about this, but it's our old fans that continue to support the brand, and they are really
Yeah.
important to us, and we are really working for them. So thanks everybody again from Rainbow and the Winx Club.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Valeria.
Thank you, and see you soon then.
Again, I want to give a huge shout out to Valeria Gulli at Rainbow for coming onto the show and sharing about the exciting things we have to look forward to in 2024 as we all celebrate 20 years of magic with Winx Club. Some of the key takeaways that I got from that conversation was the emphasis that Rainbow seems to be putting on their older fans with projects like the cosplay collective that they've started, the call for creatives to share their projects with Winx Club so that they may highlight them on their social channels on TikTok and on Instagram. I feel like that Rainbow really is entering into this new era, and I'm really excited to see what that means for the franchise, but also for the fandom. I think that in the past, Rainbow has been a little bit kind of on the outside looking in to their own fandom and seeing all of the initiatives that they're putting forth, especially this year with the 20th anniversary. It's like they're ready to take a new role and to kind of step into the fandom in new ways, and I think that it can be exciting if it's executed correctly. So I'm really curious and really excited to see what else is going to unfold this year, and I hope that you are too. Well, that is all we have for our 20th anniversary episode of the Winx Forever podcast. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you're looking forward to all of the fun things that are happening this year. If you want to join in on the conversation all year long, you can follow the Winx Forever podcast wherever you get your favorite shows. You can follow us on Instagram at Winx Forever Podcast, and we also have a really fun and engaging Discord community. If you are on Discord, or if you've never been a part of a Discord, it's a really fun time. We have a general chat, sure, but I really wanted to model the server after the old school Winx Club forum days that used to be on the winxclub.com website. So come join us. We've got topics on every Winx topic imaginable, and it's a really, really fun, wholesome time. So come join us on the Winx Forever podcast Discord community. Until next time, I'm Lola Valentine, and this is the Winx Forever podcast. The theme for the Winx Forever podcast is the song She Makes Magic by Big Wild.